What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another FIFA 19 video. As kind of discussed and explained, guys, there will be no Road to Glory every day this week, and today what we're going to have in place of the Road to Glory is the new SBC that EA have released that I actually think is an incredible SBC. And what we're able to do whilst doing things on this account is just take a little bit more time to just look at it, maybe get some of the best ways to build it and see who they can link with. Now, the card in question is Van der Beek. It looks to be a genuinely brilliant card. He's got some low stats in areas that aren't too important. And when we go on to FUT Bin and have a look at what you could do with this card, let's go and have a look. So he's got a 90 rated cam. In terms of a 90 rated card, this is a brilliant card. It doesn't really have the greatest stats initially. 3-star skill moves, which is obviously not ideal, but not too bad either. You can do heel to heels, you can do step overs and body feints and roulettes, so that's fine. Just no stop and turns, no scoop turns. But he can scoop the ball up anyway. And 4-star weak foot, which is great. He's 6 foot tall, which I really like. And with the medium work rates, I would definitely consider him as a box-to-box midfielder, playing him in that centre mid role, or even as a secondary CDM next to a Vieira or a Hullet or someone like that. What I like, though, is he's got really well-rounded stats. You know, an anchor chem style on him, probably not ideal, actually. Maybe a shadow would be a bit better suited for that CDM role if you wanted to boost that, or even a sentinel would be pretty good to boost those defensive and physicals. But I would not boost his defending stats. He's already got decent marking and stand tackle, very good interceptions. His physicals are really good as well with his stamina, his good strength and aggression combination. His jumping is not too great. I would look personally for like a maestro. You know, he's got relatively low balance, which might make him feel heavy. But again, you'll see kind of why that's not even too bad in a second. But his penalties are low, irrelevant. His finishing is relatively low, which for a midfielder is not as relevant as as with a forward. So his volleys, long shots, and shot power are really good, which is great. And even though his passing isn't like high end across the board, his crossing isn't great, but it doesn't matter. He's a centre midfielder. Free kick accuracy doesn't matter. Just don't make him take free kicks. And curve doesn't really matter. So his vision, passing, short and long, is brilliant. And then for his dribbling, you know, good agility and then very good elsewhere. So there's a few minor hiccups in this card. But based on what he had done previously, sometimes they'll they would make a card like this cost about 500,000 coins, and it'd be like, look, for a 3-star weak foot and for medium work rates, for that really weird balance and that really low kind of like slide tackle and weird penalties and stuff, I wouldn't necessarily look too much into a card like this. And you could give him marksman as well, boost that shooting right up, amazing. Boost those physicals and that dribbling up as well. Again, as a cam, as a centre midfielder, this guy, he can genuinely be amazing. And the reason why I say amazing is because there's a lot of people in this game that when I review cards and look at their SBCs, they say to me, hey man, like, you're not looking at that from everyone's perspective. I think a card like this is brilliant for the kind of player that doesn't have much and doesn't get to play the game much, because it's going to be cheap, because the SBC itself is really cheap. It's coming in at an 83 rated squad with 1 Ajax player, an 83 rated squad with 1 Eredivisie player, and an 84 rated squad with 2 Dutch players. So no informs required. And it's 80 chem, and 75 chem. And the reason why that, again, is really brilliant is because, first of all, you might have some red player picks that you can put in there that would be really nice. But second of all, for those of you that have been League SBC grinding, even if you've only got a couple of 84s available, you go into this Ajax squad, if you've got Dumfries from the Eredivisie SBC, like the purple Dumfries, you can pop him in. If you've even got like, even if you've got, say, one of the players, like the Australian League guy, it's an 84 rated cam, you could just pop him up there in at striker. Okay, ignore that chemistry. You can still get up to 100 chemistry from the rest of this. That's now an 84 rated squad in an 83 rated team, which is just going to dramatically reduce the price. And there's actually like several cards, and especially if you have like a Medel from the Turkish league or something like that you can put in and put an 86 in there, you could just really reduce the price of this SBC massively if you just have 1 or 2 84, 85 rated cards that are untradeable. It doesn't matter if it's a league SBC, if it's just a gold card, like maybe you have an untradeable Brahimi that you've had laying around. So for me, I don't really have much untradeable in terms of that sense for the I don't really have much untradeable by way of the like the purple cards, but I have plenty of stuff here that is just useless to me. Let's have a look at untradables from Ajax. Now, De Jong, I'm not going to get rid of, although he does now have a it's a 90 rated. I'm not doing that in an 83 rated squad. Yeah, I'm not using any of these. We only need one Ajax player as well, so I have a feeling De Jong, De Ligt, and Ziyech are going to go relatively expensive right now. I'll use the Ziyech card. We'll pop him in there. And then you just go and pick your favorite cheap league. For the first one, I think French league is always good. They've got lots of 83s, lots of 84s that are relatively cheap. Not necessarily like super cheap. And obviously putting in a whole bunch of 84s is going to allow us to use a whole bunch of 82s. So let's try and get the best out of this that we can. We'll pop him up there. Let's pop him up there and him down there. That's 51 chemistry. So if I can get a good enough triangle here, in fact, I might go for like a Spurs triangle. We've got a Trippier, a Lucas. If we have him, we don't. A Delafeu can go in though. We do have someone in there. It's just whether or not we're going to get the rating here. And then a Wanyama. Okay, that is pretty good. That is good enough. So I wonder if let's get the untradeable Lamella in there. So the rating's good. The chemistry is just not quite, and that's going to come from the French league. So if we can swap out Lecomte for a French league left back, who have we got? Mendy, 79 rated, still 83 in the whole squad there. Let's have a look what other players we can get involved here and try and bring this rating down a little bit more. Got the 82 rated goalkeeper instead of the 83. Okay, that's it. That's perfect. So that's the first team done, guys. And again, it's not too bad. Like once you stick a few 84s in there. Now I know the 84s are relatively expensive, and some of them are really expensive. And in fact, it might be a case. In Fabregas isn't bad actually. He's only like 5k, 6k maybe. Some of the that like Van der Beek might come in at quite a high price, just because a lot of people are going to do this card because he's so cheap initially, which means in the long term, the 83s, 82s, and 84s that are going to be usable for him are actually going to go up in price quite a lot. You're going to start seeing David Luiz and the good linkable 83s. You're going to start seeing a lot of those guys becoming extremely expensive. We get Borja Fernandez there. We can list him up and get about 6-7k for him. The rest of these guys can go away. So Footbin doesn't have the squad up just yet, which is surprising because it's almost 6:15 the time I'm recording this. We then move into the Eredivisie. So we need just one Eredivisie player again, and then just an 83 rated squad again, which is obviously very nice and very easy to do. We can take now. Let me have a look at my untradables from the Eredivisie and see what we got. Not a lot, to be fair. We'll go back to the tradables. I do like the fact that no informs are required. So let's pop in Lozano. He can go out in there in that right mid spot. That's our Eredivisie player done. And then an 83 rated squads. Again, we can just go like Serie A is pretty good for the 83 rated squads. They got again a whole bunch of 84s that are relatively cheap, and a whole bunch of 83s. But we're going to pop in the 82s now. I think we're going to be able to downgrade this team quite considerably. I hope so anyway. Hopefully we can bring a few more 82s in. And I know the Serie A cards are actually worth a fair bit right now, aren't they? Because of the guaranteed upgrade packs. But we're still going to try and work it here and get our chemistry in. So Fazio doesn't really help. Do we have a centre mid? Parolo can go in there. That does take us down. And Zukic can go back in. That takes us back up for chemistry. Zaza worked because of links, and as will he. So that's not too bad. We just need to get that last link in. I want to see if I can downgrade an 82 to an 81 or an 80. I don't have any 83s, so I have one 83. I want to see if I can downgrade an 83 to an 82 as well. I can't, so it has to be this. So I need just the chemistry at this point, which means if we could grab just a midfielder, an 82 rated midfielder. I don't have one. What do we have untradeable here? Surely I've got something that we can use. So somebody in the comment section of one of the previous videos said that I should put that Cristiano Ronaldo in an upgrade pack for the Bants. I'm not obviously going to, but it would be pretty hilarious to see how people reacted. What I might go for is oh, hold on. We might be able to just do that. That gave us +1. There you go. I didn't even need to put anyone else in. Just needed to change the team around just a little bit. And that gives us the second squad done in the Eredivisie section. Let's have a look on Footbin. So the first squad for Ajax is coming in at 30k, which means this is probably going to come in at about 120k for the whole thing. Now, what you get out of that is a 90 rated team of the season card, which again, I think is important that it's not a moments card. It's an actual team of the season card. But you get yourself, come on, B Costa, let's go. You get yourself a 90 rated team of the season card that is very usable, especially if you don't have an end game team. And you get a mega pack, a rare electron players pack, and a prime gold players pack back. So you're getting yourself, what's that, 45, 50, 80, 110k worth of packs. We get a Felipe Anderson in there as well. That's really nice. Yeah, 110k worth of packs, a 90 rated, very usable team of the season, and you can do it very, very cleverly by just using, like your, we need Netherlands here, just by using your untradables that are high rated, you know. Popping those two. We again don't need. Now I'm going to go to the Premier League for the rest of this. We, again, don't need informs. I really, really like the fact that there's no informs required. So we do need an 84 rated squad here. So with the Premier League, we're going to go in for a few of the 85s. Maybe the odd 86. Definitely 186, I think, because I'm not going to have enough rating otherwise with the players that we've got available. Let's go and get 185 in. I don't even have an 85. Is that enough? That is enough. That's perfect. Now, can I get the chemistry out of this? We should be quite okay with the chem here. 73. Let's go and get a few more players in. I have a look at my untradables here again as well, because I might just have the odd untradable that could be quite useful. And the odd 83 that we could be able to downgrade with, because I think we're in a really strong spot with that 86 being involved now to be able to downgrade it even just a little bit. And then after that, it's about looking at what you can link him with. Now, obviously, with the rewards tomorrow, he'll definitely be, you know, good to link if you get Eredivisie players. There's a couple of quality cards out there, so that's still an 84. That's now down to an 83. So let's see if we can drop one of the 84s in. We've already got the rating as well. I don't necessarily want to put him in. That's still okay as well. Can we drop down another rating? No, we can't. So that is going to be it, guys. An 84 rated, 2 Dutch players, 75 chemistry. We've gone for the Premier League squad for the second set. Have Footbin got the full price? So he's coming in at 160k. I don't think it's going to be that expensive. It's 32k for Ajax, 35k for the Eredivisie. And then it's coming in at 90k for the 84 rated squad, which I think is a bit steep. I think you'll probably be able to do it closer to like 60k. In fact, if we go to the icons and have a look at some of the 84 rated squads, maybe it will be 90k. 84 rated squad with 2 informs is 120k. Yeah, it's never going to be 90. If we can see an 84 rated squad with no informs, it would be super helpful, but I don't think they have any. So with your red picks tomorrow, you're going to be able to link Van der Beek with, I mean, your daily blind, probably. You probably will have him anyway. But other than that, you know, he obviously strong links to Ziyech, perfect links to De Jong, perfect links to De Ligt, strong links to Tadic, strong links to Van Persie, perfect links to Blind, strong links to the striker De Jong, strong links to Dumfries, soft links only to Angelino, and strong links to El Kayate, which you wouldn't want to use. But you could create a really good triangle with some of the Ajax or Dutch team of the season players that are really, really well priced. And that's what I wanted to kind of give a bit, again, on the video on this channel. I want to give a little bit of a deeper look at what we can do here, because they're like, even Tadic, you know, Van der Beek is a cam. So in whatever formation, you can link the left mid, the centre back, the CDM, or even the strikers. Like, imagine putting together like a Tadic and Van Persie. It's not too expensive. It's not like super expensive. Tadic, other than that 2-star weak foot, is an extremely high-end player. 5'11", which is good. A little low on stamina as well, but, you know, you strong link him with Van der Beek. That's 2 of your cams, or a box-to-box midfielder and a cam. And then Robin Van Persie. Again, a few little issues there. 3-star weak foot, really low stamina. Other than that, phenomenal card that will just bury everything. It could be fun to experiment with these kind of players the first 5-10 games of your weekend league, depending on how much you struggle, generally speaking, with the weekend league. Obviously, De Ligt's quite expensive. Dumfries is quite expensive. Blind is not a bad card either. You could perfect link Van der Beek and Blind as well. to the point where if you were looking for a little bit of something different, Blind is not terrible. His dribbling, his passing, his defending, and his physicals are immaculate. It's that pace that's causing him issues, and you could give him a Shadow Chem style to get that pace boost. I personally wouldn't. I'd go with an Anchor. Unbelievable defending, unbelievable physicals, brilliant dribbling stats, brilliant passing stats, good pace, just well-rounded. And what you could do is you could put Van der Beek and Blind together and then go and get Angelino in that left-back role. And no matter what formation you're rocking, they will all have perfect chemistry. So only 40k for this fullback. I'll probably whack a Sentinel on him myself. Big boost on defending, big boost on physicals. His dribbling's okay, his passing is okay, and then he's got good pace as well. 4-star skill moves too, which really helps. So you could create like a really nice triangle for very cheap. Have yourself 3 team of the season cards for about 200k, 2 of them being tradable and 1 of them being high rated and giving you packs back. It could be really, really interesting. You know, it could be really, really interesting to take those into a weekend league. So for those that are sitting there sometimes and saying, man, you never look at the SBCs from like the perspective of people that don't have much. Well, that's a brilliant triangle that you could get high-end players with just a few issues here or there. We get a walkout out of our pack as well, which is really nice. It's an inform walkout, so one of the new ones. Sarnautovic, that is brilliant. That is a phenomenal card to pack. What is he, 87 rated? Yeah, 87 rated. Phenomenal card to pack for doing this SBC. But I definitely think, yeah, there's wow, an 84 in there as well. There's some options in this pretty much going to cover the whole cost, really. Maybe wow, he's actually down at about 50k, so I'll hold on to him. But yeah, you can definitely build a nice amount of players. So again, for when people are saying, man, I don't really have much, I haven't played this game much, I've only got like 500,000 coins available, this is definitely an SBC that I think people should do. If you don't have much, this will be a card that will allow you to do a lot of things. We've got Blind already. We've now got the Van den Beek card. We've got Bergwijn as well. I got him from most consistent. So even that Bergwijn card, which I think is cheap, you could even grab him and strong link him to Van den Beek and strong link him to the left back. Yeah, Bergwijn's like 50k. His card is not ideal, man. It's not ideal. Low on stamina. Low physicals in general, terrible reactions and composure. I actually wouldn't even. That's not too. Again, if you're running a cheap team, it's not too bad. Like it depends on your team. He's not too bad, but that is where we're at with that, guys. I think all in all, even 100,000 or so coins. It's coming in at 160, but you could just do it way cheaper. Even if you just sniped it to get it cheap, you could probably do it at something like 140k anyway, right? I still think even 140k, I think is a really good value SBC for 140k. I think you just get your value out of it. As I say, a quality card, really good stats, nice and high rated, and a team of the season. So you can use it in future team of the season SBCs. I think that's a good SBC from EA. This is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rate, and comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.